Welcome, seriously a massive welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. I really do appreciate you coming to this channel. You know, I don't get paid for this and I don't even get people sending me free samples. This is just seriously my passion for fragrance, which hopefully you pick up the vibe. I've got a massive collection, which basically I class it as a hobby, and to share it with you on YouTube is awesome. So thank you for coming to this channel. Right, many years ago I stumbled across what I class as a legend. Okay, here we go. Look at that beauty. Okay, to me it's kind of like horrible packaging, but the juice inside of Scentstory's 24 Gold absolutely blew me away from the first spray. May not know, but I'm quite a poet. Right, real simple composition. Raspberry sort of fruity note at the top, underpinned with a lorry load of vanilla, and then there's a few spices and woods at the bottom, which create a very simple but amazing scent. Now let me tell you something about the performance of this one. I've actually had people refuse to sit next to me and refuse to be in the same car as me. Not because they don't like the smell, but because it is so strong. And I've got to be honest, hand on heart, this is possibly the strongest fragrance I have in terms of solid projection for pretty much 3/4 of a day. This absolutely chokes people. I'm a massive fan of it, but it's quite oudy. In other words, it's got like that sort of Arabic sort of oudiness to it. So it's not for everyone, love at first sniff. All right, you know, something like Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, and Marni Code, you know what? Those are no-brainers. If you wear those, any setting, people will just accept it, people will love it. This one you do have to be careful because it's a very distinctive, and the original was a very strong smell. But you know what? I found this 100ml for £19.99 many years ago. Stumbled across it, amazing. I had several bottles over the years. I find it very difficult to get hold of as time went on, to the point where I honestly don't think there are any shops that sell Scentstory's 24 Gold. In fact, I went on their website and the website doesn't seem to work. It's like I can't see a page where you can buy it now, sort of thing. So as I shopped around, I suddenly found there was quite a good supply on eBay, although the price, it was no longer £20, it was more like £60 to £70 and sometimes more. And at one point I couldn't find 24 Gold, so I found this, which was a version of 24 Gold, if you can see it, 24 Gold Oud Edition. And you know what? I ordered this blindly thinking it's going to be similar to. It is similar to, very obviously, as the name suggests, heavy on the oud. And you know what? Wow. That almost, for me, was a better smell and a very similar performance to the original 24 Gold. I actually fell in love with this, and then I can't even find this anymore. Now, if you've been here before, you've seen me look at Lattafa's Ragba, okay? I think it's Lattafa, anyway, United Arab Emirates, and I discovered this. This is a £13 Ragba. Now this, even for me, who's worn this for years and is a massive fan, when I smell this, I can't tell you the difference between the two. They're an absolute spit. And whereas if you do find this on eBay, you're going to be spending £70–80 for 100ml. This bad boy, unbelievably, is between £13 and £14 for 100ml. Let me put a disclaimer here though. Oud is not for everyone, and I'll give you a story in a minute to prove that. For me, if a fragrance has oud in it, it takes it from the ordinary to the incredible. I'm a massive subscriber, fanboy, whatever you want to call me, of oud. I just love oud. Put oud in a fragrance and I'm going to love it. So that's it. But now, I sprayed it for someone and she stood back and she went, "Leggy, that's horrible. That's something that an old grandma would wear." Okay. She was probably having a bad day, and that was probably just the worst thing I could have done to spray it near her. But this is the thing. and you need to listen carefully. Oud is not for everyone. It's a bit like Marmite in terms of you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I don't think there's no middle ground. I'm a massive fan, but try it before you buy it, because you may just go, leggy, it's too bitty, it's too woody, it almost smells off, it's skanky, whatever you want to call it. So make sure that you are comfortable with oud before you buy any of these kind of Arabic sort of based fragrances. But when I discovered the 24 Oud edition, I was like, man, I'm in love with this, but then I couldn't find this on eBay. But recently I found out that you can buy Ragba Wood Intense at a perfume, and this was about £14, 100ml, and wow, yes, it is made by Lattafa. I've just checked the back. So I purchased this thinking it's going to sit in the same category, in the same place as 24 Oud edition. Let's show you the bottle so you know what you're looking for. There you go, very Arabic. Okay, I think they've tried to make it look like a block of wood, but okay, it really isn't. Okay, let's go for it. Let's have a cheeky spray and tell you. This stuff, trust me, you know I'm always honest with you. You get a massive projection, and you get a long lasting fragrance. Okay, you've still got the vanilla, you've still got that nice sort of sweet fruity note on top, but this one, like 24 Oud edition, it sits, okay, I'm going to say to you, I'm going to be really honest with you, it's not quite 24 Oud edition, and it's certainly not 24 the original. It sort of sits almost at the Oud edition, but it's not quite. Okay. You will get, and I kid you not, around about 4 hours of solid, everyone around you can smell it. Okay, it doesn't perform like the original 24 Gold. In other words, it won't fill the room, it won't completely choke people, it won't fill a car, and people will not want to not sit next to you because you're wearing this, unless they particularly don't like Oud. But you know what? It's similar to, well, ridiculously similar to the Ragba in terms of its performance. 4 hours, a good projection, a big scent bubble around you. Then it drops down to a skin scent. But you know what? You've only spent £14. Reapply it, because it's cost you literally pennies per mil. Okay. Now, I will tell you how good this is in terms of its sort of gripping ability to grip to your skin or your clothes. I took it to work recently and I sprayed it for people, and this is where I discovered that Oud is a yes or a no. It's not a it's okay. I would say 80% of people sort of went, oh, that's nice, Leggy, what is it? But 20% of people literally almost just ran in the opposite direction because they just could not handle the amount of Oudy skankiness to it, okay? One of the guys at work, hi Jamie, I sprayed it, and he sort of rolled his sleeve up and he says, oh, I'm there, Leggy. So I sprayed it and I must have caught his sweatshirt that he was wearing. And he came to me the next day. He says, I put my sweatshirt on this morning, Leggy, and guess what I can smell? So 24 hours later, maybe more, he could still smell this. Now, I'll tell you a story about the original 24 Gold. I must have accidentally either spilt some, sprayed some, whatever, in a wash bag that I take with me. And you know what? I could still smell it. I've had that wash bag for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Every time I open that wash bag, my portable wash bag, I can smell 24 Gold. Right, so what do we get from this review? If you like the 24 Gold, the Ragba sort of feel, you will be very pleased. Get it the right way around, Leggy. You'll be very pleased with the Wood Intense. Good performance, amazing smell. But here's the thing, you do have to be comfortable with the Ragba, the Arabic-y, Oudy sort of smell. Tick that box, get this bought, because for £14 on eBay, it is a belter. Okay, so I really appreciate you coming to this channel. If you would consider a cheeky thumbs up, and if you would subscribe, I would be honoured, I would be privileged, and I would say to you, look after yourself, spray fragrance every single day, take care, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.